The 2025 revival of I Know What You Did Last Summer was supposed to breathe new life into the 90s slasher hit. Instead, it frustrated fans with a muddled storyline, an awkward twist, and a reliance on nostalgia that couldn't mask its flaws. While other horror franchises have pulled off strong follow-ups, each new addition to this series has struggled, getting weaker with time. Looking back, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, 1998, stands out as the only sequel that truly connects to the original film's tone and characters. It's far from flawless, cheesy in spots and sometimes predictable, but compared to the ill-fated early 2000s reboot, the poorly received 2025 revival, and the divisive TV adaptation, this second film is the last respectable continuation of the story. A cheesy but charismatic sequel. The original I Know What You Did Last Summer wasn't universally praised on release, especially coming right after the genre-shaking Scream, but it's since gained a reputation as a cult classic, shaping the revenge slasher subgenre with its memorable performances and tense plotting. The 1998 sequel took the story to a new setting. Julie James, Jennifer Love Hewitt, still traumatized by the events of the first movie, is persuaded to join her friend Carla, Brandy Norwood, Carla's boyfriend Tyrell, Mekhi Phifer, and their friend Will Benson for a tropical getaway in the Bahamas. The trip turns nightmarish when bodies start piling up, and Julie becomes convinced that the hook-wielding killer Ben Willis, Muse Watson, survived. Meanwhile, Ray, Freddie Prinze Jr., her boyfriend and fellow survivor, races against a storm to reach the island and protect her. Performances that carry the film. Hewitt's portrayal of Julie James is a big part of what makes the sequel work. She embodies the resourceful yet vulnerable final girl archetype, while giving Julie more depth and self-awareness than many similar characters. Freddie Prinze Jr.'s Ray is also memorable, playing the determined boyfriend willing to pawn an engagement ring for a weapon to defend Julie. Among the supporting cast, Brandy Norwood shines as Carla, offering not just loyal friendship but also fierce determination in the face of danger. In fact, Carla's return in a post-credits cameo in the latest revival is one of the few moments fans embraced. The best of a declining series. While I Still Know What You Did Last Summer asks audiences to accept a somewhat improbable villain return, it's still more grounded than later entries. The third film, I Will Always Know What You Did Last Summer, derailed the concept entirely by turning Ben Willis into an undead spirit, an abrupt supernatural pivot that alienated fans. The 2021 TV series avoided that particular misstep, but still failed to capture the charm or suspense of the original. Modern horror revivals can work, Scream proved it, but they need a clear reason to continue the story. This franchise never had a sustainable formula, relying too heavily on the same killer and thin connections between survivors. That's why the 1998 sequel, despite its flaws, feels like the last honest attempt to follow up on the original's events. In hindsight, I Know What You Did Last Summer could have thrived as a single, standalone slasher. But since the franchise exists, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer earns its spot as the best follow-up, not because it's perfect, but because it's the only one that still respects what made the original worth remembering.